A video surfaced on the internet showing a woman getting removed from a flight because she wasn't wearing a mask. Jordan Slade, who was also on the American Airlines flight, took a video and posted it. The woman wasn't following the guidelines set by the airline, and because of that, she was kicked off the airplane.
Hello, wonderful people. I'm Scott Leffler for WonderBot. And here is
A woman kicked out of an American Airlines plane after refusing to do one thing.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
This happened just a week ago when the flight was going from Ohio to North Carolina. Slade has said that the woman was telling the flight attendant that she had a medical condition and couldn't wear a mask. With all her items in her hand and just right, she was getting escorted off the plane. Every passenger on board started applauding. She angrily turned around and told everyone that they could clap all they want. Two staff members of the plane slowly started to head towards her as she was gathering her things. A couple of passengers began to shout at the woman, telling her to hurry up. One man stood up and told the woman to hurry up and get out of the plane because they wanted to get to their destination. Slade also said that before getting on board, she could hear and see the woman arguing with staff, telling her that she wants to board the plane first. Then when she got on the plane, she started to make calls, and when one attendant came to her and told her to put the phone away, she started yelling at her. She was obviously causing a scene. One passenger stood up and went to her, telling her that she had to put a mask on because she could potentially put others at risk. Getting the woman out of the plane took a lot of time, so the plane had to go back to the airport for a refuel. While the woman was escorted out, another woman stood up. She started telling the attendant that we need to hurry up because she'd miss her connection in North Carolina. People were shouting at the woman, telling her to put a mask on. But every time someone mentioned a mask, she would turn towards them and say she couldn't because of a medical condition. Slade was on board with some friends. They took videos because it was a funny scene, seeing the whole plane shouting at the woman to get off the plane. Slade posted the video on TikTok, where it went viral. On the video, hundreds of people commented, saying that with so much baggage and no face mask, the woman shouldn't have been let inside the plane. Others said that she thought that rules didn't apply to her and that she felt she was special. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, every airline has issued new rules that apply before and while you're on the plane. These rules and measures have been made to stop further spread of the virus, which to this day has killed around 200,000 people and infected more than 3.9 million people in the country. In this particular situation, American Airlines has issued a rule that every passenger needs to wear a face mask at the airport and on the plane. They need to have their mask on before boarding the plane and throughout the flight. There have been no comments from the airline about the incident yet. Social media was quick to slam the woman and started making funny memes about her. They dubbed her Karen because that's what Karens do, avoid all the rules and always complain. Many people ask themselves, why would she buy tickets to a flight she knew that had rules and measures, get on that flight and cause a scene for something so simple? She put so many people at risk, which is why people on social media started to slam her. Many users couldn't believe what they were watching and found it funny. The user couldn't believe that she had got on board with 3 carry-ons and without a mask. He thinks that the real problem is with the company employees letting her board the plane in the first place. Others were sure that the problem wasn't in anyone at the company. They knew the problem was the lady. This user thinks that the fact that she's boarding a small express jet with 3 carry-ons alone is enough to not let the lady board the plane. When she stops being part of the solution, she becomes the problem, they said in their tweet. And there were users like this who couldn't believe that she got past the gate without wearing a mask. This user asks himself, how did the lady get on the plane without a mask in the first place? They think that the lady had one in order to get on the plane and took it off when she boarded the plane. As a result of the coronavirus crisis, airline companies have decided to bring some preventive measures that would stop the deadly virus from spreading throughout passengers. And that should be the primary concern because the virus has taken the lives of 200,000 people, infecting more than 4 million people around the world. American Airlines have decided to require their passengers to wear protection on their face and nose when they're pre-boarding the flight, as well as throughout the flight, and this has been made mandatory for all people except children under the age of 2. After July 29th, each and every passenger will be required to wear some kind of cover for their face during the flight and during the boarding of the flight. Be sure your face covering is on before you board the plane and wear it during your flight. If you decline to wear one, you may be denied boarding and future travel on American Airlines stated in their policy. American Airlines haven't said anything about this particular incident yet, but be sure that we're waiting for their response.